Balance. If you're wondering how she does the German so well, and you weren't aware, Hachiku is originally from Germany, but has been welcomed with open arms into the Melbourne music community. You're listening to Out on the Patio on Triple R. My name's Mon, and maybe you're not just listening, maybe you're also watching. We're live on Facebook right now, and I'm joined by Nat Vazer. Hello.
Hey Mon, how's it going?
I'm good. This all seems to be very exciting and high tech, so it's nice. What's going on with you? How is this whole, I guess, what 4 months of lockdown being you released an album in that time? How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm feeling pretty stoked that the album's out, but I feel like I also haven't really had a typical COVID day because I've just been so busy, working on the album rollout. So, yeah, just been hibernating mostly.
Do you think you would have been doing? What would you have been doing if it wasn't lockdown?
It probably wouldn't have been much different, to be honest, just
Mm.
because of the timing of the album launch and everything. So,
And is that something when you were writing? How long did it take you to write this album? How long have you been writing the songs that you put onto it?
so most of the songs were written in 2018. So yeah, it's a while ago. I
Mm.
feel like mentally in my head I've sort of moved on, and so yeah, 2020 was the year to release the album, and I just sort of wanted to commit to that. Just seems a bit weird releasing it mid COVID, but I think in some ways it's sort of been nice as well, just having new music out when people have probably got a bigger appetite for new music at this time when they're in lockdown and looking for things to do. So
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, so thanks for not holding off until lockdown ends. When you say you feel different to when you wrote the songs in 2018, how does that manifest when I guess you haven't been touring since the album came out, so it doesn't change any performance, but when you hear the songs, do you feel disconnected from them or do you just feel different?
um, I think I still have definitely there's still a connection there. It's just emotionally, I think it's just a bit more distant, and you know, you always have like that saying 2020 in hindsight. You kind of
Mm.
look back and kind of understand your state of mind, I guess, a bit better when you've got that distance. Um, yeah, I think the meanings of the songs, yeah, have probably taken on new meanings for me. It's been, yeah, a while since I've written them, so.
Have you written other stuff in the meantime that didn't make it onto the album?
Um, Not well. There were a couple of unfinished songs that didn't make it to the album. I've sort of just abandoned them now. I've just sort of ditched things. I get bored kind of quickly, and I just
Mm.
go on to new things sometimes. But yeah, I've been trying to songwrite, although it's been pretty hard with just working on the business side of things for this project. So haven't had much of an opportunity to write, but I'd like to get back into it soon.
And so you talked about, the lyrics in your songs are quite um, don't leave much to the imagination. They're very blunt and they're quite passionate. And I find it interesting that I feel like those would be songs that you always have that same feeling for. When you say you've sort of moved away from them or whatever it is. Do you think you've changed as a songwriter, or it's purely the sort of meaning behind the particular songs that's changed?
Um, I think I've changed as a songwriter and perhaps also just as a person. Just having gone through that whole process and that all those all those times in my life, all those things that the songs were sort of inspired by. Yeah, just sort of moved on and
Mm.
hopefully have grown as a person and as a songwriter.
Do you miss being a lawyer?
um, To be honest, not really.
Mm.
I did love working as a lawyer full time, but it really didn't really didn't love me. Didn't really leave much room, for other things. It was pretty an intensive gig,
Mm.
and yeah, by the time I'd come home, um, yeah, I just would be quite out of it. I wouldn't have much energy for songwriting or any creative sort of thing. So I decided I just wanted to make more space for that in my life, and haven't really looked back since. So Yeah.
That's great. Speaking of, you are holding a guitar and you're going to play us a song. What are you going to play for us?
Yeah, I'll be playing a song called Better Now, which is the fourth track of the new album, inspired by a little girl who I met at a bus stop in Toronto who was just having a really hard time dealing with everything that was happening. She was just telling me how on the news that morning she was watching all this footage of high school massacre shootings happening across North America. And in that same week, the Toronto van attack also happened, which left the city pretty devastated. And it was just crazy time sort of being there after that had a similar thing had happened in Melbourne in 2017 with the Burke Street Mall rampage as well. Yeah, anyway, this song is called Better Now. Dearest Evelyn, I'm skipping school again. The future seems so bright, but I can't seem to get out of bed. And he said everything will be better once we get there. But they're not, and he was just trying to make me feel better. I wanna feel better now. Dearest Evelyn, I can't begin to describe what's happening. What's happening? Another kid with a gun, another rally at school, and no one's listening. Oh, Evelyn, can you make me feel better? I wanna feel better now. Can you make me better? I wanna feel better than this. And there's a man with his van ready to run us over. And there's a man with his van ready to run us over. So tell me, Evelyn, how can I make it all stop and go away? Just go away. When there's a billionaire clown in the White House who doesn't give a fuck, who always gets the final say. Can you make me better? I wanna feel better now. Can you make me better? I wanna feel better than this. Better than this.
Beautiful stuff. Nat, thank you so much.
Thanks, Mom.
If you just tuned in, you're listening to Nat Vazer live on Triple R during Out on the Patio. She's also generous enough to let us get her on Zoom and live stream it on Facebook. So you can hit us up there if you're not near a radio. Although if you're near a radio, you're probably listening on that. Nat, I mentioned earlier that you used to be a lawyer. What was the sort of final nail in the coffin for that for you? What made you turn to music and devote yourself to that?
It was a bit like what I just explained before. I guess I just felt so exhausted all the time coming home from that, and even though I loved it, it was really intellectually stimulating, and the people I worked with were really lovely. But I think music's just always been this really powerful force in my life that I seem to not be able to escape. And I was just sort of jamming with a few friends at the time as a hobby, and decided that I wanted to just make more room in my life for it. And in order to do that, I just sort of had to quit. Quit working full time because it just wasn't working out. As I said, just coming home and trying to write the songs, it just became too hectic, and it was hard to balance that and to do that seriously alongside such an intensive full-time role.
Yeah. And did I read correctly that you used to maybe play in a metal band? Is that right?
I've got to admit there was a really sort of it was a really horrible band actually. But it was a lot of fun. It was mostly during high school. Me and a few mates got together and we tried to do like a sort of a Metallica cover band. Well, we played mostly Metallica covers and it moved on to other things as well. But we didn't get much of a chance to write originals. But it was fun. It got me through the weird years of high school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, maybe if you head down that path for the next album, we'll see.
Yeah, who knows? Might make a comeback.
You're going to play another song for us, which is great. What are we playing now?
This one's called Floating on a Highway. It's also off the new album. It's, I guess, it's about the mental state you're in when you're in a relationship, and the relationship's sort of in transit, or everything feels like it's in transit, and all the odds are sort of against you. Like, when you're just trying to travel a crazy distance just to see your lover's face for like 10 minutes, or, you're trying to fight sleep so badly just to make it to the end of a movie with someone. So, yeah, it's Floating on a Highway. Living in your bedroom, watching David Lynch films. 2 lattes for takeaway. How long were you with me? Tired eyes Monday, working on a Sunday. We fucked in a hurry, knocked over my coffee. Floating on a highway, I'll drive you back to your place. A never-ending driveway back to your house. Running late for our meal, we have so much time to kill. Dressed in anything you like, we break all the stereotypes. Introduce you to my friends, every single one of them. We should start a garden so we'll never stop again. Floating on a highway, I'll drive you back to your place. A never-ending driveway to your house. Floating on a highway, I'll drive you back to your place. A never-ending driveway back to your house. I'm floating on a highway, sunlight kissing your face. A never-ending driveway back to your house. Living in your bedroom, watching David Lynch films. 2 lattes will take away. How long will you love me?
So good. Thank you, Nat, again for that one. Beautiful stuff. That was Nat Vazer live with Floating on a Highway on Triple R. You're listening to Out on the Patio. I'm joined by Nat on Zoom at the moment. Before I let you go, do the people you've written songs about know that the songs are about them?
No. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think it's best to probably keep just to respect their privacy and to keep them anonymous.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Good luck with the rest of lockdown. I hope that you can get out and about playing gigs again
Thank you so
sometime.
much. I hope so too. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me, Mon.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm going to play another track of yours to take us out. This from Is This Offensive and Loud is Higher Places. Nat, thanks so much. Catch you next time.
Thank you, Mon. See ya.